Okay, so Spring Boot data JPA, what all are the packages we have created, expand source main Java, and also application properties. We have updated the database connection stuff, right, under resources. And then we just created the model. Open your model class. Open your model class. Yeah, user.java. Okay, so we created the beans, and you are converting this class into a database entity using entity annotation. So this is what um, open your application dot properties under resources. There you go at line number 19 and 20. So right now for 19, I have set the data as none, which means if you are running like this, yes, you should definitely have the database and table in the backend, which is already available. So if you are commenting line number 19 and you are enabling line number 20 as create, then you don't need to have a database and table. When you are running this project as create, it will create the database, it will create the table also, because database name you already provided at line number 6, so it will create the database. And based on all the model classes under model package, how many bin classes you are having with entity annotation, all those classes will create its own table corresponding to the fields you mentioned in the user.java, all the classes. All the classes. Okay, remember when you are running as create, even as a practice you are doing it for the very first time, you can run as create, but next time you need to modify to none only, because if every time if you are doing create, it will check for table and database already exist or not. If it is already exist, it will drop the tables, it will clear all the data, you will lose the data, you will lose the old previous data. Every time you are running, it will drop tables and create tables. Okay, remember that in mind. So the good thing is, if you are exporting this project into some other location, you no need to do the database and table settings and all. You can just update as create and execute it for the first time. It will create all those tables and everything. But make sure when you are rerunning this project next time onwards, you should make that as none. Okay. um, that is the thing. Even as I said, when we are deploying in AWS, I just said this as create only, just for test purpose. I deploy the project, and it was on net for around 1 or 2 months. I didn't redeploy the project, and also the data was there. But yeah, we will be updating our code, we will be developing new features, so you will be deploying a new version of your project and all, right? So you should be very careful on dealing with that none and create. Okay, fine. So user.java we completed, and then a repository we talked about it. That is a core thing. JPA repository, that is what we are learning now. So we are going to use all the inbuilt and features available under JPA repository for the database stuffs, and how we need to set a interfaces like this kind of marker interface with an annotation, repository annotation. Okay. Okay. Now the next step is to create a service class. So under main.service, you can create a new interface. Actually, that is also interface. Right click new interface. Interface name is going to be user service, or users is your class name, right? You can give users service. Okay. And the very first thing is you need to give service annotation for this interface at the rate service. So what is the use or need of this interface is, here only you are going to mention abstract methods list. What is the list of abstract methods? What all are the communications you want to do with that particular user table? You will be inserting, updating, deleting, retrieving using where condition. You can do a number of items available, I mean count of the table. whatever the play you want to do with the database, you need to have a abstract method get created in this service class. Okay, so we can have some couple of methods. The return type is going to be your users bean class only. So type users, return type of method users, and method name is insert user, open and close parenthesis, and pass the reference variable of users again, users u, and with semicolon, abstract method. So like this you can do for all the update, delete and all. And let's create another method like users get all by id, get all by id method name. And there you need to pass long id. Long is a wrapper class, long id, long space id. And so many direct methods are available. You can have another method, return type is long wrapper class only, long count of, long count of is the method where you can count number of records in it. Count of means just open and close parenthesis, not OF, delete OF. Yeah, delete OF. Okay, means it's up to you. Any name you can give, no issues. Okay, save it. Okay, now we are going to create. Okay, actually for this service we no need to create the annotation. Delete line number 7, where you are going to execute all these methods. Your DAO class only we need to provide the annotation. Save it. Now under DAO you can create a DAO class, user DAO. Class user DAO. Okay, finish. Class name caps, right? You should be caps. User you should be caps. Yeah. Okay. So here have the annotation service class @ service annotation for this class. Now this class user DAO implements user service. Implements user service. Okay, now add an implemented methods. Okay, now after line number 10, here what you need to create the reference variable for your repository. So your class name is user repository, right? So with auto word annotation. So create private users repository UR, private users repository. Variable name can be u or semicolon, end with semicolon, and have auto wired annotation for this. This is a very good example where you are using the auto wired concept for inbuilt functionality. Remember, user repository doesn't have anything in its interface, but it extends JPA repository, which means since you are using auto wired, all the bean information and everything from the JPA repository will get transferred to your user repository, because auto wired, what auto wired will do, we have already seen in your Spring framework, right? Fine. Now you need to override all the methods. For insert user, delete null, return at line number 20, return, you are going to use the reference variable of user repository only. So return UR dot, UR put a dot, you will be getting a lot of methods. Save is the method for inserting. Save of, you can pass the u where you are passing at line number 18, save of u. Okay, and for get all by id, return ur dot, you will be getting a method called get one, means you are getting one record for that particular id. So get one method will be there, pass that id. Yeah, and count is the direct method, return ur dot count of. That's it. 32, line number 32.
Voice is cut off.
what it is saying. It's a deprecator, but still it will give you the result. But what it is telling?
Can you see that?
Okay, can you put
Hold on.
one more UR dot and see what all are the other methods for get you are getting? Hold on. Get by ID is there?
Yes.
Yeah, you can get it. Call that get by ID.
That's what I did. Okay.
Actually, get one also will give you the result. Maybe it is a older version. It is a method available under older version, so they may be introduced a new method also. Okay. Now line number 32, return UR dot count off. There is an inbuilt method called count. Put a dot count. Okay, that's it. Save it. Now have a look. 4 things you created: user.java, user repository.java, user services, and user DAO. These 4 items will get repeated for how many number of tables you are having. If you're having one more table, register is your table, then you need to create register.java for creating beans and entity annotation, then register repository, register service, and register DAO. So for all the corresponding tables under corresponding packages, you need to repeat this stuff. This is a setup. Okay. Now let's see. Like you can use the main class itself. Yeah, in real time we will be having separate controllers for all the pages, login controller, register controller, like that. But now we can use the main method, main class itself. Go under main package, open your main class. Okay, so what all are the steps? You already done the setup. You can use those setup in any class wherever you want. For example, if you're having a login.java, you need only login controller, right? So in login controller, what all are the tables you want? Login table only you want. So you are going to use that particular only. If you need 3 or 4 tables to access in a single controller, you need to create all the reference variable for all the 3 service class. Okay, like that. Here we are having only one table and we are going to play with it. So first you need to create a variable, maybe after line number 8, private static service class variable, users service, variable name can be us or small user service. Okay, us is fine. Okay, now you need to have a constructor for this class. Create a constructor after line number 16. Yeah, you can copy paste the class name, copy spring class name. Yeah, and create a constructor, open and close parenthesis, open and close curly bracelet, and have public keyword also for the constructor. Okay, now have curly bracelet. Okay, and pass one parameter, user service us. Okay, yeah, I can copy paste, and inside the constructor you can have this dot us equals us. Okay, semicolon. In real time, as I told you, we will be having more service classes since you will be having more tables. This Spring Boot application class is going to communicate with the login, user table and register table. Means what is the next step you need to do? After line number 11, you need to do private static register service RS, and at line number 19, you need to pass more than one parameter, which means user service us comma register service rs, and inside this dot rs equals rs. This is a repeating stuff. So when you are having 4 or 5 tables, okay, you need to repeat like that. And this constructor you are passing, you should pass how many tables you are going to use in this class. That many parameter you need to pass. Then coming to auto wired, we have already seen the required attribute for auto wired, right? Required equals false or true. So since you are passing 4 or 5 parameters as mandatory, but still to make sure it doesn't affect, sometimes you need only one table to interact. At the time, if it is forcing you to you implement all the 5 tables logic, means it is not necessary. So we can make sure by default you can set the auto wired required as false. So for this constructor you can have an auto wired annotation. Right now this is not required, but if you are having more than one table it is needed. That's why I'm giving that part also, auto wired annotation, and inside the parenthesis required attribute equals false. False. That's it. Now let's play with it. Maybe after line number 5, go to your user.java. Let's have a constructor to insert the items. Go to user.java. Go to the very bottom after line number 38. Right click source, generate constructor using fields. Skip ID and create only for username password. Delete the super keyword and have one default constructor also. Otherwise, it will give you error when you execute. So all the time, we should have one default constructor if you are overloading the constructor in this data JPA. Even though we are not going to use the default constructor, it will throw error if you don't have it when you are having a overloaded constructor. Okay, save it. Now go back to Spring Boot application main class. You can create an object for user class, pass the parameter, and you can call the method. Just give me a minute. Yeah, you can do it. Go to the Spring Boot application main class, and inside your main method, create an object and pass values. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Started a new group called Blanket.
What is that?
It's a cover band.
What? What are you doing? Taking a back into something.
Started a new group called Blanket.
What is that?
It's a cover band.
What? What are you doing? Taking a back into something.
Okay. User u equals new users, username comma password. Next line you can use your user service variable us, right? So us dot us variable name you already created line number 13. Yeah, us dot, you will be getting the methods whatever you listed there. So you can call insert user method is there. Yeah, you can pass u. That's it. Next line have a sysout saying success. So there is no connection close or open, nothing is there. This is how very simple. Yeah, run and check. It is working fine. No, run a Spring Boot app. Is it working like that way only? Good. Success. So have a look here. Yeah, before getting into the table, it's a good logging, right? Go. Yeah, maximize the console. Maximize the console. You can see its own automatic logging way. It is showing you the query, what table you are picking, what query you are passing. So in terms of errors, it will be helpful for you. Is it picking a correct table, or are we pausing the correct number of parameters and fields? Everything you can see based on that query, right? Because you nowhere written the code to display that hibernate insert into users and all, but it's automatically showing. That's a very good thing. Okay, now you can minimize and go and check your table. I think you should stop screen sharing and share the complete stuff. We are seeing only Eclipse. Oh, we are seeing a lot of members today. Niti, Ananta. Okay, yeah, check the table. The record is inserted. So you should look in a way like don't feel like just to insert a record in the table. Why we need to do all these steps? Don't think in that way. You are doing the one-time setup. As I told you, for the first time, Nikhil has done all these things. If he is creating a new table, it is going to be very simple for him. He is going to just copy and paste and recreate everything quickly, right? Do you agree, everyone? So the setup we need to do. Once the setup is done, it will be easy to do the write. Okay, fine. So come back and have a look. As I told you, in real time, apart from the main, you will be having one more class, main.controller, right? In that controller, you will be having user controller or login controller, register controller. In that particular controller class, whatever are the tables you want to interact, you need to list out the service class for all those tables, and you need to create a constructor to have a parameter overloaded for all the service classes, and we can play with it. We have done everything piece by piece. In one project you have done actuator, one project you've done web, I mean MVC, and another project we are doing JPA, and one more project we have done logging enabling, right? So what is going to be the look like in real time? Everything will be in a single project, right? So that's it with respect to Spring Boot. If you have any questions, you can ask me, or else if you have time, I can show you one project, what we have developed for N2S. It's not deployed yet. I told you, like in AWS it was there around a month. Yeah, I couldn't do a demo completely because it's my office laptop and I don't have proper DB setup and all, but still I can show you all the coding stuff. All whatever you have done in each and separate projects, everything is combined there. It's a good coding walkthrough. I can show you for a few minutes. So before that, have a look on all the steps. Let me know if you're having any question. Do you have any other questions in any other topics also? Please shoot me. Anyone? Niti, Ananta, Dharnesh, Nikhil.
No,
So
we
my
just
advice is like first thing, even in Core Java itself, I told you, do do more practice. Just attending the session, hearing my words will not give you much confidence. And we are just putting a road. I'm just redirecting you. If you're going in this way, it will be helpful for you like that. With respect to Spring Boot, you should start work on the application. As I told you, you are having bit by bit in all the projects. Try to create one project. The very good, you don't need to look for requirement and all. The very simple requirement is create a login, 3 pages, login, username, password, login page, forget password page, and registration page. First, you need to do the registration. It will go and insert the table, and you can do login based on the registration credentials. And in case if you forget your password, you can regenerate the password. If your login is successful, you can show some welcome page where you can list all the records of the user from the table. This is a very good example to work in JSP servlet. Also, I can suggest the same requirement. In Spring framework, Spring MVC also, I can suggest the same. And in Spring Boot also, you can develop that project. This looks simpler, but if you're able to achieve this, including the validation, the logging system, everything, that's what you are going to do in all the requirements. Or if you cover these things, I can say that 70% you are going to repeat this thing for any new requirements, apart from any new features they are asking you. So that's fine, you are preparing the interview and all, but even once our session is completed, you need to use your fingers to do at least 1 or 2 hours daily for the coding. If this is kind of a project you are starting, like doing this logging, forget, and registration page with welcome page, try to spend some 1 hour or 1.5 hour daily. You are already having all the pieces I provided to you. You should just group together in a single project. If you're able to complete this, you are going to talk much more confident in the interview. You won't feel that you are telling lie. I worked in a Spring Boot project. The only thing you are lying is you are telling that I'm working in a company and working in a project. That's fine, but at least we shouldn't lie that I have coded this. Don't lie in that. You should coded that, because you don't need to sit in a company to do this coding. You can do this coding on your way. And if you're recruiting to the company, this is the basic bricks where you are going to build. If you are struggling to put this brick itself after getting your offer, they will easily find you that this guy is a fake like that. You can by at least if you're able to cheat by talking, but definitely you need to survive in front of them, right? Once you get the offer, that is the most critical part, right? So my sessions, what I am trying to share knowledge is my expectation is I am helping on that surviving part for you. That gives me satisfaction or happiness. Any either any way that my coding session has helped you to get confident and working in a company means that is my achievement. Apart from what you are interacting with enters and all, it's a secondary thing for me. I am a trainer. My role is to transfer whatever knowledge I am having to you honestly. I don't I have a targets like I need to place Nikhil, I need to place Dharnesh and all. That's up to into his head. My job is to do the training, and I'm my achievement is what I am expecting from you guys is, even you are going to be there in enters or not, that doesn't matter, but whatever you travel with me should help you in your career life at least, right? Of course, after
Yes.
the session, we will be disbanded the WhatsApp group, but still you can ping me in WhatsApp anytime, any day, no issues on whatever. Whenever I'm free, I'm having time to interact with you, help you, I will do definitely. Okay. And hopefully, yeah, I'm planning for a couple of sessions for Angular JS. It's getting ready. Maybe tomorrow one session and Thursday one session we can do. Till Friday to next Tuesday, I'm not available. Will be festival holidays here, and next week Monday, Tuesday also I'll be traveling. Next Wednesday, we don't have anything on my session list, but I can spend you some 2 or 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Like if you guys want to bring something to discuss with me, I'm open. And if you don't have anything, if you wish, I can throw interview questions and you can answer, means we can have like that also. And apart from this, anything you want to discuss, how to talk over the interview on which particular topic and all, we can spend next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we can plan. Next Friday is going to be our last day of session. Is that okay, everyone?
Yeah.
Yes, Vijay.
Sounds good. Yeah, Vijay, will you be showing us your project? Just so that we can
Sure.
see how it's done.
Sure. Give me a minute. Able to see my screen?
Yes, Vijay.
Yes.
Oh, here I'm having. Let me set the database and see whether I can able to log in and check. If it is working, it will be good. See, are you seeing the messages? War room and all going on for troubleshooting issues.
Oh, this is your company's laptop, Vijay?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Password. Yeah, it seems I'm having There's a schema. Okay. So project name was Training Hub, designed for N2S, but right now we completed almost 2 modules. One is for interview preparation and online quiz test in Java. But still Nemi is not providing me the server to host it. First let me run it. See, you are seeing here. So I have set my table creation is auto application resources. So when you are running this project, automatically all this table is sorry, this is none only. I think database already there. When I'm running this project, I am by default there is some tables is there. In that, by default I am inserting certain values. For example, for the very first time, how I will be logging in. If you are able to logging in, then you can create new users and all, right? So there should be one admin user credentials, right? So I should insert and basic tables like list of country, list of skill set, skill category, everything. Let me show you, then you will understand what it is doing. It should be in the main as I have written the. Actually, this is not the correct way. You should, admin credentials should get installed for the first time, but rest of the tables we should have UI option only. Just for time being, I'm creating this. See, this is my starting point as usual, right? And I'm creating a credentials. Very first time I'm creating admin user with the username and password, everything. And I'm inserting couple of countries in the country table. Skill set for your interest trainees. What under what skill set you guys are belonging. So that choice option. And under Java and J2EE, what all are the concepts we are covering? That option. Everything I'm inserting for the first time. Why I am inserting this, I will show you inside after getting in. For admin is the password, I guess. Sorry, 4000 is our internal glow root. Should be 80. Also, yeah, next week if you are meeting Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I can show you some our office internal tools which we are using for monitoring performance issues and other stuffs. DevOps tools, CI/CD. Semicolon is missing. Eight zero, right? There you go. This page is coming this way. Maybe browser issue. It shouldn't come like this. It may be a design issue, but apart from that, this is the front end design. Okay, you'll be entering username and password, and if you click forget password, you can type your username and registered email ID, get password. Actually, this project I have implemented emailing system also. You will get email when I'm creating an account for Nikhil. He will receive email in his Gmail or whatever the registration ID he has given. Let me try with admin. How is the design and everything? Are you seeing the look? Backend text box is some color and highlighting system. When you move the cursor to the button, it will show some highlights. All these things has designed, developed, and implemented, deployed by only me. Later on, only I have used a few members to do the stuffs. Okay. So kill set. Actually, this is the old version demo thing. I'm having the updated new version in my personal code. This and all should not happen. 2 times it is inserting, which is wrong. Might be, I think, if I set none and when I'm setting auto, it will delete all the steps and it will create the tables, I guess. Okay. Maybe we can try like that. Yes, sure. Give me a minute. Go back. Stop. So that if there is 2 admin records, it's wrong, right? Should clear all the stuffs. So go to application properties, setting, none as create, control yes. You can see some drop tables things also, I guess. Okay. First, it will drop all the existing tables. See here, this query, all this query you didn't see when I have ran the project as none. But now you can see whatever the table is exist, it is dropping, and all the tables, this much tables I need for this project, all the tables got created. How it is getting created? I told you, Nikhil. Based on what information it is creating all the tables correctly. Nikhil or anyone? This is the one.
You said, right.
Right?
Entity, right?
Under
Entity.
model package, how many classes you are having for all the classes, for all the things you created, it is creating the table. For all the tables, I'm having the bin class like this. So repeated stuff. Okay. And finally, it will do the insertion part. Insertion part is hard coded in main application, but it is not a good practice. Just for time being, we are having like this. Okay. Go back. This my Chrome. Let's go to 8080. Okay. Now let me try admin. See here. So one time record is created and that list is coming. Actually, this list is coming hard coded from your main class. I showed you, right?
Yes.
This we need to replace this. We shouldn't hard code this. It should be, we can have some add or delete option here. Okay. So under my profile, I can change the password. This is common for all users. And in this project, we are having 3 types of users. S user means super user, more or less same of admin. He can do all the admin stuffs. A little bit control will not provided. In all the products, even if you are developing a product in IT field, you'll be having one master user admin, but you should not use that credential for all your purposes. It should be very rare cases only you should use that. So we will be using S user means super user. Super user have all roles of admin. Okay. So trainer can create Vijay's trainer, and trainee can create Nikhil, Niti, Ganesh, everyone. So let's see, I'm having a trainer, add new. So here I can give Vijay. Yes. Okay, I'm a part-time employee, and I will be teaching Java, J2EE, and DevOps. I'm in India. Email ID. Any email ID you can give, and any mobile number you can give. Register. Okay, this email ID, why it is telling already exist? Because for admin, I have inserted that email ID one, right? Here the primary validation is based on email ID only. That's why it's failing. So I should give different email ID. Right now my emailing system is off. I didn't enable it, so I can give any dummy email ID also. It will get registered. Trainee account register. Now go back and check. I'm having my ID and created by admin. Last login, when I'm first time logging in, this time will get updated, and also I can delete. So like this, I can add more trainers or trainees. Okay, now I'm going to add trainee. Say add new. First name is, let's say, Nikhil. Last name maybe something. Okay, and the date of joining, it will pick the current date. What skill set you want to learn? Okay, you also learn Java, DevOps, and J2E. And see here, whatever the trainer already registered under for this skill set, it will automatically list. For example, let us say Nikhil need DevOps, Java, J2E, and testing as well. Means in this trainer list, along with Vijay, testing trainer also will list out here. Okay, so I'm selecting Vijay as his trainer. Country USA, email ID, any dummy ID is fine. Say mobile number, any number. 2345. Register. Okay, trainer account created and credentials sent to the user. So if I enabled the emailing system, he will get credentials, username and password to his email ID. Back and see the list of trainees. Okay, now what I can do here? Okay, first let me log out and log in with my ID. Since email is off, I didn't get, but let me, I can get from here, I guess, from the database also. My table. Database name is thub master only, so this guy should have all the records. Okay. So select start from user. User is the master table. Okay. So the master table records are created. Master table, all the users will be there. Admin is there, Vijay is there, Nikhil is there. Last time login, everything it will show. Locked also, I can lock the profile. If I locked means cannot log in, and later on based on request I can release. This is a very good thing, guys. You are seeing password is
Hashed.
encoded, encrypted. This is the IT industry policy. They should sign a document, right? All your data are protected. So you should not insert the password directly as user is creating. It should be encrypted and decrypted whenever you want. Okay. Now we are having a specific tables also for all that user. So if you go to trainer, there will be one record for Vijay. So user ID is 2. And username, see here, Vijay2. That is my username. All the details will be there. And for Nikhil, what is the username? For Nikhil, it is Nikhil 3, Vijay 2 and Nikhil 3. By default, I will be giving a generic password which you need to change it after logging in, where I have written this. And before getting into that, I will explain all these 4 things you already know. For all the tables, I'm having services, I'm having a repository, I'm having model, I'm having DAO classes also. So any questions here, anyone? This is what we have done now. This form is to have a validation as a list thing. And controller, this is what I have written all the logic. Login controller, deal with the login concept. Username is right or wrong, password is right or wrong, failure, go to same login page with the error, true, go to welcome page. All logics have written this. Register controller, we have done add new, right? All these concepts written here. And everyone have a look here. Nikhil, I told you, right? What are the tables you want to do? I can registration, I can register a new S user, I can register new trainer trainee. So all these tables, what are the tables I need to use? I am creating the reference variables for the user service class, and for this constructor I am passing all the reference variables, and this dot this you need to make it. And then I am playing with it, register user, and my default password what I am setting is this only. Yes, this is what encoding, encrypting and inserting in the table. You won't see this data in the database. Okay. So in the email, Nikhil will receive your username is Nikhil3 and your password is this. Log in and change your password like that. Okay. Now let me log in as a trainer first. Vijay2, right? So Vijay2 password copy paste login. Okay. What I can do, okay, under trainee, I can see what all are the trainees assigned to me. So Nikhil is assigned to me. Okay. Now this is the main part. Go to home. What I'm going to do now here? What is this? Why this training hub is needed? I'm selecting Java J2EE. I'm selecting core Java. There is 2 options for me. Are you going to update interview question and answers to provide you guys to read and prepare? All the question and answers will be there in all the concepts if you are adding a QA, or you are going to provide a test for everyone. I can set the test for Niti, Nikhil and another nation. Tomorrow you will be find a question paper here. This option, either a quiz or either a choice option or entry option also. 2 ways of quiz I can create. Add quiz, his name, and here choice or entry I need to select, and I need to load the Excel sheet. This is a format. I don't have that Excel sheet now. Maybe in my personal laptop tomorrow I can show that. Let me check quickly. Yeah, I don't have now to show you guys. Maybe let me share tomorrow in my personal laptop. So after loading the Excel sheet, when I click browse, it will ask me to show where the Excel file. There is a format. A column is going to be question, B column is going to be answer. For entry or choice, it is going to be A, B, C, D, E. Question with the 4 options like that. So when I click create, it will create the question. So I can do quiz or questions. Now once I have created, I can assign the test to the user. See, under assign option is there. Actually, it will be good if I can show you the demo. I will try to bring the files tomorrow and show you the demo. Okay. Let me explain the rest of the stuffs tomorrow after in real time how we are loading the questions and how you will get the notifications and all. Log stuff. Let me know if we're having any questions again. I'll be having a logging system as well. See, you created the file directly, but I'm having a folder logs. Inside the folder only I'll be creating. Where it is mentioned is in your logging. You can give like this file or file.name equals logs / you need to give the logging file. And when you open the logs, I told you, right, Nikhil? Can mention the dates, or it will do the rotation, how many number of dates you can keep. So I'm having logs
Yes.
for 312, 5, 7, and this is the recent log.
Okay.
Okay. See, this is what logging. All the coding part I have set logging.info, whatever operations I'm doing. Completed initialization. Okay, I'm logging. At what time I'm logging? So in this particular date, this particular time, I'm logging into the login page. Username is admin. We should not display password and all the secure information. So user type 1 means admin. User type 2 means trainer. 4 means trainee. All these types are registered here. We have done registration. So registered trainer is completed. Like this, you need to analyze based on the logs. New trainer account created. All this information will be, so QA category. When I'm creating a QA and I'm creating code Java, JSP, each and everything is having a category. So this is how your logging works. So I have implemented all the steps in a single thing. Extra features may be implementing emailing support. Emailing feature is there. And from the core Java itself, I told you, if you are doing a thing again and again, then it should not be a repeated thing. You should create a separate method and call that method whenever you need it. So I have created a separate package components. I'm having fetch list and tools.java. The method name itself, it will show you. Uname generator. When I'm creating a new user, I need to generate a username. If I'm creating Niti, automatically it should be the last count of the table. Let us say already 7 records is there, means his username is going to be T8. So that concept is generated by this one. Okay. And password encode. This is the method I'm using for password encode. Whatever the password you are entering, I will send to this. What is the concept I'm using to do the password encode? So many types is there. Encrypting, like a hash code concept is there. I'm using message digest is the provided feature automatically already available in Spring Boot and Java. I'm using that to encode. Email validation. For all the user, when you are registering, you need to check whether email is already available or not, right? So that thing, get user lost ID is the count what I am getting, add for the new user. Fetch list, so many places we need to fetch a list. Category list, skill list, user list. So those things I have created a separate list. Get skill list, get category list, country list, right? So if this is a one-time activity, in all other classes, I will be simply calling this message, this method, get the list. That's it. Apart from this, nothing new here. Only thing you need to write so many logic coding. You can see in login controller for quiz entry or choice, I have one controller, and for interview question and answers, IQA, I'm having one controller. Here only I have written all the logics. Quiz is a very good and important module in this project. Actually, based on that only we have developed this project. This is a very good thing. If I am assigning the quiz for four of you guys, you will get email notification. Your trainer Vijay assigned a test on you. Please go and take it. You need to log in via your username. You need to attend the quiz. After completing the question, if it is a choice based, option based, immediately you will see the output result. You will get email notification also. This is your marks. Out of 50 questions, you scored 30 like that. If it is a entry based means for the questions, there will be a text area, big box, you need to type the question answer. For that thing, when you click submit, the status will be validation pending, which means I will get a notification. Hey, Dharnesh completed a test, go and validate it. I'll verify his answer and I will tell correct or wrong, yes or no for that answer. Once I completed the validation, then Dharnesh will come to know how many answers he correctly written like that. So all the logic, all the stuffs is everything. You can see number of lines of coding, big concepts and all, everything, the concept is going to be repeated, right? This is how the projects got developed. Maybe tomorrow, yeah, I will bring with the Excel files, format files, and I will show a little more deep demo. Any other questions? Nikhil, Dharnesh?
No.
No, Vijay.
So this is how I am switching off the enable email and all. For all the email logics in all the places, I am setting a if condition. If training hub application.enable email variable equals 1, then only this code will get executed. So where I am putting the switch means in your main class. Here, it is 0 now. That's why emails are not sending. So if I'm enabling just one here, all the codings in all the classes related to email will work. And of course, I never worked on as a developer and all in Spring Boot and all in any companies, and even in my full-time company. This is my first project in Spring Boot, even for me. So I didn't get trained on video tutorials. I didn't get trained on via any trainer and all. The only thing always helping for learning all the stuffs is my core Java confident. I'm not telling I'm a master in core Java, but whatever knowledge I'm having in core Java, it gives me confidence to adapt with any, even Angular JS. It's a JavaScript stuff, nothing much to do with the Java coding. But see, now I'm ready. At least for your batch, almost 40% I'm ready with Angular JS sharing knowledge. For the next batch, I'll be a full-fledged Angular JS trainer. That confidence will come only when you are using fingers more on doing coding without any support. Okay, Nikhil, any questions?
No.
Actually, yeah, if you guys are long riding members with the N2S and all, I can use you guys to work on this project. We are having a lot of new features which should be developed, because Ami's request was the base stuff I need to provide. So even more than that, I have given 2 modules also completed in a single person developed all the stuff. So more than that, I don't have time and things to do. So if I'm having a proper resource to spend some time and all, yeah, even 2 hours per day also is fine for me. But still, you guys are not a. I mean, yeah, I wish you to get a job quickly, because that is your expectation for your running with N2S. But if I get some team from the N2S, this product will be in another level, right?
Vijay, you could. Can you go back to your previous file?
1 minute. Okay, training hub application. Yeah.
Yeah. So here, right, you can actually put the enable mail
Check my
as.
status. It's my logging time. Still offline. They will catch me.
Okay.
Okay, enable. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So over there, you can see that enable mail. You have put it as an int.
Enable mail. Yeah, 0. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's better because the binary, it's better to use Boolean, right? Because then you, instead of doing
True
if
or
enable
false?
mail
Yeah,
equal
yeah,
to
yeah.
1, you can just do if
That's
enable
also
mail.
fine.
Yeah, if you can do if enable mail, then do
Exactly.
that. Yeah.
Correct. In all the places, you can use just if enable mail, right? So you can
Yes.
reduce some word of coding also. That's a very
Yes.
good thing. Yeah, means from the scratch, I just very fast done all those things. I didn't spend much time to reduce codings in a professional way and all, but I need guys like you to
Right.
spend time on this, right? But that's a good thought. Yeah, this as I told you, these things should not be here. The country, everything should not be here. It should be a feature to add or delete in the UI only, right? So that is the next
Actually, I
feature we
think you
need to
can
implement.
actually get the list of countries as a JSON format from online. So you can actually have a file with a JSON file, right? And then get it from the.
File also, you are depending on something, right? You need a file then to fetch all the data every time, right? But
No, you can actually
if
download
it
that
is
file and put it on the local computer, right?
That's correct.
So
But
instead of typing
once
all
the
the
admin
countries,
user have the control to add or delete countries, means if Nemi is the admin user, he only chooses, right? I need only India fellows and US fellows, means he can create only countries
right,
for
right, right. Got it, got it.
like that.
But Vijay, so one of the things about software engineering is that concept of
Yeah, yeah.
loose
Just give me a
coupling,
minute. Give me a
right?
minute.
Yeah.
Putting a call. Hello. சொல்லுங்க bro. ஒரு நிமிஷம் bro, ஒரு நிமிஷம். ஹலோ.
Yeah, hi Vijay.
சொல்லுங்க bro. வடை வேண்டாம், பஜ்ஜில வேணா ஒரு ரெண்டு வாங்கிக்கோங்க. ஆமா ஆமா, அம்மாட்ட கேட்டுக்கோங்க. ஓகே. அப்ப இது அது 2, இது 3 கூட வாங்கிக்கோங்க. ஆமா ஆமா. I think Dharnesh is laughing now, right? What to do? It's my snack time.
We don't even get bhaji over here.
Right, right.
Okay, yeah, bhaji is a universal code, right? So maybe Nikhil, Niti, everyone said that. Okay. Yeah, what's your question,
Yeah.
Nikhil?
So what I was saying was, all these, you have that string of values, right? A string arrays and all that. But these things are like they can change depending on a lot of situations, right?
Yeah, that's
Skill
what I'm
set,
telling,
skill set
right?
cap.
I shouldn't have this coding itself. I shouldn't have
Right,
this
right.
coding. They should be converted in UI. I mean, in UI, I should able to add or delete countries. That
Okay.
should store in a table. Right now, for time being, I'm just hard coding this, right? I cannot
Right.
delete or add more than this because it's hard coded. That option I shouldn't give. When for the first time I'm just running this project, all these tables should be empty. This admin guy can go and add countries and everything.
Got it. Got it.
Country, skill set and everything. Actually, as I told you, this is a very older version what I'm having in my office laptop. We are having little bit more developed version in my personal laptop. Maybe I will try to get the latest version tomorrow with the Excel files also, quiz files.
Right, right, right. Yeah, I mean, actually, because you should avoid this hard coupling, right? It should be, everything should be loose coupling.
Yeah, definitely. It's not a best practice to do. Hard
Right,
coding
right.
is right. Only this one we need to do manually. Very first time we need to provide admin profile, so that is fine. But rest of the things should be
Right,
avoided.
right. Got it.
Okay. Anything else, guys? Okay, then let's meet tomorrow.
Thank you, Vijay.